Hey guys, my name is Shanelle. I am a self-love, intentional living, and wellness blogger over on Instagram, and I asked you guys to vote on my stories which video topic you wanted to see, and here they are. 1, healing from toxic relationships, because hello, preach queen of dating psychopaths. And how to chunk out your life to avoid anxiety and overwhelm. Being an HSP, I am also the queen of overwhelm, so I don't know why you're taking advice from me. 59% of you said that you wanted to see how to chunk out your life to avoid anxiety and overwhelm. That is why I have developed some tips and tricks to help take those anxiety levels, bring them from here down to here so you can function better in your daily life. Be sure to stay to the end because I'm going to give you my absolute #1 secret that has changed everything for me and how I can kick anxiety in the buck. What does anxiety want? Money? And basically start my day off right and not feel like I'm having a mental breakdown every single moment of my day.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Okay, tip #1. This is going to sound so cliche. Everyone says this. My mom has said it to me for so many years. My dad has said it to me for so many years, and I've just been like, yeah, okay, whatever, you're old. They are old and wise for a reason. #1 tip is to write it all down. Literally get it out of your head, get it from here onto a piece of paper. If you are not a paper person, you can use your phone. There are so many apps now that you have no excuse not to get your thoughts out of your brain onto something that you can see and actually visualize and have as an image rather than just swirling around in your head, filling up your brain with so much crap. So what you are going to do is you are going to get a journal, find one that makes you happy because you will want to write in it if you do. Whatever makes you happy though, when you go to look at it, that is actually going to motivate you to want to get all of this down. Another reason writing things down is so important is because it's an actual task that you're accomplishing. Your brain can say, okay, I have done something today. Now I can take on what's actually on my page. The second tip I have relates to the first tip and why it's important to write things down, and that is recognizing the difference between intention versus attention. So intention is your overall overarching goal of things that you want to accomplish. For example, I made a dream board video and I wanted to accomplish becoming a TED Talk speaker. I'm like literally looking at it over there, it's so pretty. I wanted to accomplish reaching 250,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of 2019. All of those are my intentional goals. They have a big picture, but I actually don't know the steps to get me there. The steps I do to get me there are my day-to-day challenges, my day-to-day obstacles, my day-to-day tasks. I don't know every single task I have to complete in order to make those happen. Make sense? That is why it's important to recognize the difference, because if you are focusing on the intentional goal, you are going to be overwhelmed no matter what, because now you actually don't know the little boxes and steps that you have to climb to get to your goal. So what you want to do is slow yourself down and start chunking out those pieces. So that is why tip #2 is so important in relaying back to tip #1, because tip #1 will actually help you chunk that out so you don't feel overwhelmed by this big piece that you really want to accomplish but you have no idea how to get there. Tip #3 is to set boundaries. Why boundaries are so important is because we literally do not know how to say no anymore. We are in a society of saying yes, 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 because we want to do it all. That's okay, that's great, but saying yes to everything is not physically, psychologically, any bit of possible. You have to pick and choose what you want to say yes to for that day. There are 24 hours in a day. You're not going to achieve 1,500 hours of work in one day. So when you go to that list and you're looking at your attentional progress focused goals, I want you to circle out things that you can actually say yes to that day and put boundaries between what you can say yes to and what you can say no to. Which perfectly leads me into tip #4. Consider your future consequences and do not look back. Okay, let's fix my hair before we continue. The #1 things I used to struggle with, not first of all saying no. I wanted to do everything and I wanted to never let anybody down, and that was on myself because I was so worried and focused on how people were seeing me, if they'd see me as flaky or someone that's gonna be there for them. I needed to get that out of my head. The end of last year, I made a commitment to myself that when I made a decision, I stuck to that decision and I was not going to look back. It was not going to bother me. It was not going to sit in my head as I go to sleep. I'm not going to ruminate on it all day while I'm doing my other tasks. It is make the decision, stick to it, gone. It sounds a lot easier than it actually is to do, but once you make the mindful choice of doing that, you'll find your anxiety just starting to melt from your body. You're realizing that you're giving yourself permission to just do what you are capable of handling. And that's okay. You don't have to do everything in order to be this wildly successful person. In fact, I did see a video, if I can find it, I will link it below in the description. The most wildly successful people don't try to do everything in one day. And lastly, I want to give you tip number 5. Tip number 5 is reflecting and recapping your day. For me, doing this means I'm praying to God, I'm talking to Him about my day, thanking Him for what happened, and I'm actually being mindful and focusing on what I was blessed to accomplish that day. When you give yourself the permission to actually enjoy those little successes, those little wins throughout your day, it'll help you avoid feeling like you didn't do enough or feeling like you failed at something. This will keep your mind focused on, hey, I did it. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. You'll start to feel better about these smaller lists that you're taking on with your life instead of trying to just multitask and do everything in one day because you're a superwoman. No one is superwoman besides Superwoman herself. So don't put the pressure on yourself to be Superwoman. Just allow yourself to be you. Celebrate everything that you did that day that made you you. You'll feel so much better before you go to bed, before you shut down your day, and you're not going to be up all night with insomnia thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to pick up the dog, forgot to brush my teeth, change my underwear, whatever it is you're worried about, it'll be gone. Finally, my last tip that I promised you guys that has literally changed the game for me, changed my life, and given me that great start to my day in order to do all of these things I've just told you. That is my number 1 secret before I do anything in terms of tasks during my day, of making my bed. That is going to sound so disgusting to some of you because it is such a pain in the butt, but once I started doing it, once I made it a habit, it has changed my life. Making your bed first thing in the morning tricks your brain into thinking that you've already accomplished a task, so you're actually feeling more productive for the rest of the day that you have ahead of you. And 2, gives you time to think about and start organizing in your mind what you have to do and what you have to write down. See how this all comes back in a circle? So making your bed is my number 1 secret. I swear if you guys try it, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if it is changing the way that you live your life. And I am just so thankful that I got to share all of these tips with you guys today because it is something that is on my heart. I wanted to help all of you get rid of that anxiety and start kicking life in the butt so you can slay 2019. As always, thank you guys for watching. You can subscribe to my channel. I will have new videos every week, hopefully. Always gonna have some things to make you laugh, some things to make you smile, but it'll always be a reminder that you are created for love and you are worthy of doing whatever it is you want to do in life. Be sure to hit that notification bell as well to be notified of when I put out another video. Follow my Instagram so you can get daily tips on self-love, intentional living, and wellness advice, as well as some of my daily life, because I am very entertaining, in my opinion. P.S. if you guys do follow me on Instagram, you can help vote what you want to see on this channel, so that way you guys are getting content that you actually want to see, and not just things I think would be cool, because everyone knows what I think is cool is probably not cool. Let me know what your favorite tip was below. Give this video a like if it helps you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!